When the Exodar emerged above Azeroth, hurtling uncontrollably, much of the ship broke apart before crashing heavily into a chain of islands off Kalimdor's western coast. This chain of islands, known as the Bloodmyst Isles, were long untouched, sporting long-forgotten Night Elven ruins and little trace of modern civilizations. The Northern Isle, once known as Silvergale, was, alongside its twin Azuremyst, a beautiful reserve for many fauna and flora, including furbolgs and owlkin. Then came the Exodar, littering the land with large portions of the broken ship and towering red crystals. These red crystals have begun leaking into the land, contaminating the water and causing an irradiation of the plants and animals that once called Silvergale their home. The trees turned red, the water and ground a dark crimson, and a red mist began to pollute the air itself, prompting its new Draenei inhabitants to redub the island Bloodmyst Isle. Much like Azuremyst, little is known about Silvergale's history before it became Bloodmyst. Night Elven ruins dot the land from a long time ago, most now overtaken by Naga, who until recently were safe here from many of their enemies. On the large island off the northeastern coast, called Wormscar Island, the ghost of Prince Toreth stands, the last to die of an ancient Night Elven civilization, vigilant in his oath to pass on his people's history. Near 10,000 years ago, an ancient civilization known as the Dragon Riders of Loretharan called the island their home. Led by Toreth, the civilization had received the blessing of the dragon aspect Ysera and were permitted to ride on the backs of green dragons into battle. This eventually drew the ire of the black dragon aspect, Deathwing, who sent his brood to attack the Night Elves in their sleep. The assault was a slaughter, resulting in the eradication of the entire civilization and those green dragons allied to them. Many green dragons still haunt the island, as well as Razormaw, a black dragon lieutenant who continues to circle high above the island to this day. To the south of Wormscar Island also lies the blood-cursed reef. The reef is said to be a key point in the Sundering, where thousands of Night Elves faded into oblivion, and in their place rose the blood-cursed Naga. Led by Atoph, who serves the Naga Queen Ashara, the blood-cursed Naga have sought for many millennia to destroy any ship that dares pass through their waters. Since the Draenei's arrival, the island has become a very different, very hostile place. Draenei adventurers from Azuremyst are quickly put to the task of containing many threats spreading across the island. Ravagers, among other species of Draenor, were housed in the Exodar for study and have been turned loose on the land, disrupting the ecosystem even further. Blood Elves too survived the crash, fighting the Draenei during their hurtling journey through the twisting nether, and have sent for aid from Kael'thas, preparing to strike against Azuremyst and the Exodar itself. Satyr too inhabit the island, and have begun to mobilize under the Burning Legion's order, also preparing an assault on the Draenei. Their plans are quickly thwarted, but not before giving pause to the leaders stationed at Bloodwatch, the Draenei's main outpost on the island. From Bloodwatch, the adventurer also learns of Clopper Whizbang, the Explorer League's very first known member. They learn of a number of lost expeditions across the island, fallen to the many dangers the Red Forests hold, and seek the help of a Draenei collector in translating an ancient journal detailing a massive battle once fought on Bloodmyst, perhaps connected with the fall of the Dragon Riders of Loretharan. The Draenei is also directed to Wormscar Island, where they meet the ghost of an old sea captain, Edward Haynes, who was killed by the blood-cursed Naga and seeks to put an end to their curse. And meets the ghost of Prince Toreth, who tells his tale before seeking to put the spirits of the island to rest. From Bloodwatch, the adventurer is sent to investigate the Blood Elves' movements, as well as a fallen pod of the Exodar intended to house passengers, similar to the one that fell in the Amun Vale. The adventurer discovers the pod swarming with Blood Elves, and finds a journal from the captured Draenei Ghislaine. The journal documents the torture and death of Vindicator Sauron at the hands of the Blood Elf Mattis, as well as Mattis's worry over the anger Sauron's death will draw from the leader of the Bloodmyst Blood Elves, Cyranoss. The adventurer returns the journal to the Triumvirate of the Hand, who sends the adventurer to capture Mattis in an attempt to learn more about Cyranoss and her plans. It is, in the end, revealed that Cyranoss is the traitor mentioned in Azuremyst, the traitor that sabotaged the Exodar and sought the Draenei's destruction. Once a high-ranking member in the Draenei's military and an Eredar in disguise, Cyranoss seeks to enslave Oros, the Naru inhabiting the Exodar, and return the Exodar to Kael'thas's hands. Kael'thas seeks revenge on the prophet Velen for stealing a part of his Tempest Keep, and is supplying Cyrannus with reinforcements through the Sun Gate, a movable portal that connects Bloodmyst to Outland, its instability causing creatures of the void to spawn in pockets of the island. It is also revealed that as an Eridar, Cyrannus has the ability to contort Draenei into their corrupted Man'ari counterparts. It is whispered that she is using this power to create an abomination of one of the captured Draenei survivors. The adventuring hero is set to the task of closing the Sun Gate and confronting Cyrannus before she can enact her many plans and succeed in the destruction of the Draenei's new settlements for good. Compared to the tranquil forests of Bloodmyst Isle, Bloodmyst Isle has become a nearly inhospitable haven for the threats and dangers facing the Draenei today. With the creatures and the land itself corrupted by the Exodar's debris, and Blood Elves and the Legion seeking the Draenei's destruction, and the ever-angry Naga swarming the ancient remnants of civilization, it is no wonder that Bloodmyst is where the Draenei have drawn their battle lines. Perhaps in time, and through great effort, the Draenei can retransform Bloodmyst into the serene Isle of Silvergale it once was.